Virgo, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do a mid-March reading for you. I'm sorry this is a little bit delayed. I've been sinking into your energy all morning. I feel like there's been some powerful revelations, epiphanies. You've been getting a lot of signs about moving in a certain direction. There's been some significant changes in your life, and I think that the path is becoming more clear and that there's more peace that's coming up, bubbling up from within you. It's once you think about heading in a certain direction, I think you're pushing past some sort of overwhelm. That's what I'm getting. All right. Or what I've been getting and we have extremes at the bottom. So you could feel like lately your life has been very up and very down, highs and lows, either in your energy state or in a connection, I'm hearing for some of you. That it's felt like it's been really good or really bad. Let's see. But it feels that this has to do with your energy levels as well, where some days you feel really enlivened and other days you feel really depleted. And it's pretty apropos for the time that we're in right now with Mercury in retrograde. All right. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, yeah, something is ripening. The first thing I'm getting off this is something is ripening. This is the card of fruition, and it could be around certain ideas because all the growth is in the mental plane and in the higher consciousness. So there could be a lot that you're realizing. Like I said, there's some epiphanies, realizations. It's almost as if the more time you spend in your own frequency, in solitude, I mean, it is, after all, the year of the hermit. It's almost like you need that time to counterbalance the things that you're experiencing to make sense of it. And the more you give yourself that grace, we're talking about the grace of time and space. That's what I'm getting, space. It's allowing you to connect the dots and figure out the path forward. Because I think that's what you've been trying to figure out. It's almost as if you may have handled yourself in one way in a situation recently, but it was uncharacteristic of you because it didn't reflect how you truly felt because of this person wearing a mask. Or it could be somebody you're dealing with where they weren't being honest. I feel like even with this moon, it's time to be truthful. And this is the harvest moon. So something is coming full circle here with number 37 as well, breaking down to 10. So there's some sort of new beginning. Things coming to fruition. They're highlighting the bee. There's some sort of cross-pollination going on in a situation where I'm feeling like you're being pulled in a certain direction, but there's a lot of resistance. Let's see. It could be in work, could be in a relationship that you're dealing with. Let's see. What else do we have here for mid-March? Yeah. And this is my 10 of Wands card. 21 breaking down into 3. It's almost like your energy, the energy you put out there, and then the energy that you get. And lately it feels like when you put all that combined, it's felt like you've been carrying a heavy load. This is when we have too many responsibilities, too much pressure. And I don't know if it's internal pressure or external pressure or both that is leading you to feel like you're bent over. This is also when we bend over through our act of resiliency and we take on too much mentally, and it's time to start releasing it. She's carrying a whole basket on her back of snakes. So there could be an accumulation of buildup of secrets in a situation, or things being swept under the rug, or hiding how one feels, whether it's you or someone else. But it feels like also this is when we need to transform our energy because this is unsustainable. It's not, who wants to carry a whole satchel of snakes on their back? No. I mean, this could even be people that, have been duplicitous, that are wearing masks, that act one way, but then talk behind your back kind of thing. I'm not getting backstabbing or gossip here. I'm just getting that you've been carrying a heavy load. And, this is when we realize that something's got to shift because it's backbreaking. It could be too, a lot of you, and there's the extremes, a lot of you could be overworking yourself because you have goals around abundance, and you could be push. And this is when, your health starts to get affected. And Spirit's like, slow down. And I feel like it's not just career. It's like when we push ourselves, and sometimes it's an act of not facing what's really going on. We all do this as a distraction. And I feel like this eclipse, it was in your sign. So you could feel like there's some sort of buildup of wand energy here. Because the 10 of Wands in this card of resilience, it is a lot of fire energy. So you could feel like there's something that's kind of bubbling underneath the surface behind the scenes in you or in a situation. And it doesn't feel like anger. It feels like something unpredictable. I mean, it could be anger, but there's some sort of extreme here and a hot moon coming in hot. That Virgo moon, that eclipse was hot. So I'm telling you, you're riding some extremes here mid-month of March. But I think all of it is pointing in this direction, this neon blinking sign of, okay, let's like release some things. This even could be the buildup of some karmic wounding in a connection that you're like, okay, I got to make some major life decisions here about this because it's time. And I'm getting that. I'm getting that you're getting pushed by the universe right now. We have the Page of Cups at the bottom. Okay, that's a soft, sweet energy. Let's see. Did I not even call Spirit in? Y'all, I got straight to it because I was downloading your energy on my walk earlier. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Virgo today. And that's a thing, too. That's a message in and of itself. Don't forget, don't bypass your times of quiet. It's like because you're dealing with so much that you need time and space to just be with you, to self-regulate. I hope you're giving yourselves that time. Gosh, I want to go into a whole overview because I feel there's so many energies going on and things are in flux in your life in general right now. That's what it feels like. Let's get the opportunity. Oh, no wonder you're going through a powerful rebirth. We have the Death. And that's not, I'm not afraid of death. I mean, I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart, so I get it. But there's some of you may have strong Scorpio placements or you're dealing with a Scorpio. And there's something that you're realizing that maybe the highs and lows or the way it's making you feel, you're trying to stabilize. That's what I'm getting from the Oracle message. You want things to come to fruition. You don't want to live in any kind of extremes in a dynamic or in life where you're taking on something that's too heavy for you to carry alone. This also is reaching out for help. But the opportunity is for you to go through this powerful transformation. Some of you are facing some sort or have had some sort of significant loss. It could be the loss of a dream. It could be the loss of a person. I'm not feeling like it's physical death. It could just be someone exited from your life. Interesting. Ooh, now we have Temperance, Judgment, the Five of Wands in the recent past, current energies, Ten of Swords. There's something coming to an end, Nine of Cups. But I think we don't realize is that, you've been white knuckling something. Yeah. It's like right now you really need to hold on to the little things that make you happy, Virgo. Ten of Wands. Yeah, you're at the end. When I get karmic wheel. Oh, wow. This is about a connection. We've got a connection that's going through a major overhaul at this time. And there's a very big choice ahead in this connection. I think your opportunity is to determine, because I think what this is determining for you and this other person is we both have to change in order to make this work. And can you? Will you both? And that's, I think, what you realize is there's a power struggle going on. We're having a difficult time bringing balance to this. I think one person in this connection wasn't being patient enough or impatient when a problem was arising. I think, too, as it relates to your own internal growth here, there's a lot of, it's like you need to put yourself first, Virgo, and bring more balance into your life. No matter who you're dealing with or what situation you're dealing with, if you don't have balanced energies, everything's going to overwhelm you. Everything's going to cause anxiety. And I know what that's like when you're in the fire, in the thick of it, in the thicket, right? A thicket of thorns. But it's up to you to carve out the life you want to live. And when we become victims, it's when we say we have no power in that. So first, what I'm seeing is you start to realize I need to start bringing more balance into my life by the decisions I'm making, because I can't live in this state of extremes where I'm pushing, and I'm not resting. So I think that's what you're doing here as you're making decisions to come out of. Also, there's some sort of, I'm getting strongly that I'm going to put it more on you, Virgo. And I don't know why I want to say Sag here, because Sag is showing up. You could be dealing with someone with strong Scorpio or Sag, but there's a lot of internal conflict going on. So if there's an internal conflict going on about how something's supposed to be, it's going to show up really distorted. And so I feel like as soon as you or this person really clears up this internal conflict about what you want, then things will settle down. I feel like what this is an end to holding on to not taking a leap of faith. Because currently there's a lot, I felt this too coming in when I first sat with your energy at the desk and I was meditating on your energy earlier. I really spent hours this morning soaking in your energy because something just eclipsed in your life, and it's a powerful epiphany about a complete and utter transformation around a situation. I think that there's been a resistance or reluctance to take a leap of faith towards something, and there could have been some sort of breakage here and a need to repair it, and almost two people being stubborn about it. What's at the bottom of the deck? What you don't see coming. 5 of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the 8 of Wands. Yeah, there's been something that's been kind of up and down. I just feel like the energies haven't aligned quite right. And I'm getting that in April they will. I don't know why, but it's almost like sometimes too, when we are having a problem within a family unit or within a connection, it's important to take a step back and get clarity, especially if there's no clarity. Sometimes you have to wait for the fog to clear, and that takes what that is called, my friends, is divine timing. So, and that's why the wheel's here in the near future, and a choice being made, and the burden of this whole entire experience, I feel like, is going to start to fade away. But it's almost like time had to pass. And I do feel like there's been some sort of separation here of the energies, whether it's just distance between two people under one roof, distance as friends, feeling like you're not really communicating and connecting. But I see things moving forward and things getting very exciting in what you don't see coming here. So let me get a few affirmations to get a little bit more about what this is teaching you, this whole experience. What has this been teaching you, Virgo? What has this whole experience mid-March been teaching you and preceding, the weeks preceding this? Basically the lunar eclipse in Virgo. What has it taught you? Or what is it trying to teach you? Some of you have already figured that out. Others of you are right in the thicket of it. Ooh. There's a lot of sifting and sorting. I feel like there's a swirl. Yeah, there's 3 1 to come out. Boy, it's just been a tough lesson. It's almost like either you or someone you're dealing with is having a difficult time learning the lesson. But I'm putting a little bit more on you because I'm clarifying your affirmation here. So I will accept change with openness. So yeah, there's been some sort of need for healing in order to accept that things have to change. There could have been some resistance around it. Healing. I release guilt and shame. I trust in my legacy. I am free to be who I please in this life. Ooh, okay. There might be a shift in identities. There could be releasing of guilt and shame to stand in your authentic truth. Wow. And I think that you've got legacy thinking. I think you're thinking in the long-term perspective here. I think the strongest one I'm getting here is I'm free to be who I please in this life. Maybe that's what the blockage is you feel like you haven't been able to be who you are. Whether it's because of your family, the culture, it could be around your very identity. It could be around your sexuality. There's something that's shifting here. And this almost like this release of everyone else's opinions and really thinking about you and what feels like your inner truth. Interesting. Wow, that surprised me. I did not anticipate that, but that's what tarot's for. It always leads you down interesting roads. Let's get a consciousness card. Perception, you have been worried about, and throat chakra. This is about you communicating your truth. opening up your voice. A lot of you, maybe Virgo, maybe it's Virgos are like the unsung heroes wherever it's strongly placed. Some of you have Virgo suns, Virgo rising, Virgo moons, and it's almost like you hold so much in. And you're the hardworking, industrious people, and you do anything to help anybody. But it's hard for you to speak up about how you feel, about what you need, and about what you want. Let's get this. Perception came out first. And also, I think there's a shift in perceptions as time has gone on here. I think the way that you thought about this and the way this other person thought about this is shifting. Divine timing is at play here. Hardcore. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. Yeah, I think that you're taking a good, hard, deep look at these edges. There's an edginess to this, but the swirl. Things have been churning, Virgo, energetically for you. And I think it's all been pointing to, if you stay in your comfort zone, you're going to sabotage the things that you want. But if you push through your comfort zone, see how it's here. It's like I've been holding on too tightly to fear, to the fear of an ending, the fear of failure, fear of being who I am for so long. But all I got to do is just take a leap of faith towards the things that I want and drop the heavy burden that's been accumulating around almost like this resilience has a lot to do with resistance from what I'm gathering here. And then the throat chakra. The frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. There's something about you going deep within and going through a powerful transformation to discover you, to discover who you are and what you want and how you want your life to be and who you want in it and how you want your day-to-day to be and what you think of your future. Wow, it's almost like you're having an identity crisis or a life crisis. And it's only come about through extremes lately. Because Spirit's been really trying to get your attention. All right, I'm I feel like you've been in this like swirl. King of Cups, it's an emotional swirl of feeling. You have a vision. But why do I get that you're holding back from it? It's almost like you don't even want to believe in that anymore because of what you've experienced. I mean, Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords is like, you've had a hard, long journey here. A long, hard journey. I'm saying it both ways. Around fulfillment, around your own inner joy, your own inner peace, your own inner contentment. And it's like you have a vision, but there's been so much in the past that you've been trying to release. It's almost like you've been holding on to something that's already gone. I don't know. Let me get a card. I want to get a card or two on this past energy. This is sideways. The Tower. You had a massive tower. Now I need to know more. You had a tower around an inner conflict, and Spirit saying it's time for a rebirth. It's time to reinvent your life, reinvent yourself, Virgo. And you had a massive awakening. This eclipse is signaling it. I think you felt it coming on because the eclipse can come on about a month before it happened. So I feel like for the last few weeks, there's some sort of massive shakeup in Spirit saying it's time for your rebirth, Virgo. But you're very conflicted about it, about really putting energy toward that. And like, it's almost like I just saw, like when horses have the gate and then it drops down and then you've been like waiting and waiting and you've been waiting for that sign. And I feel like you got the sign, but you waited so long, you're standing there and like all these other horses are going and you're like, there's been some confusion around this rebirth. I think it's when we get so in our comfort zone, it's hard to break free of that. Let's clarify this death and rebirth, which is your opportunity for the Page of Swords in reverse. This is around coming out of hiding, not speaking the truth. And I remember I told you that. This is about speaking your truth, like being completely real and honest. What is this dishonesty or a Page of Swords or this is a blockage around going towards what you want. Or letting fun in. I mean, I feel like it's time to drop whatever block you have around going through a powerful rebirth where you actually go towards the things you desire. You've been at a crossroads for so long, you didn't know heads or tails of what was your truth. Page of Swords in reverse. This is communication. This is not speaking the truth, not knowing the truth, and being like almost like blindfolded from I feel like there's been some sort of denial around going towards an opportunity, saying you don't want it, I can't have it, but you want it. Interesting. Aha! I'm calling you out, Virgo. You do want it. The Fool came out. You do want it. I think you're afraid to take a risk. Because you're like, well, what if I fall flat on my face? I can't face any guilt or shame. I've had enough of that. Well, then you got to release some old guilt and shame to feel like you're ready to take a new risk. And maybe that's what you're working on, right? We have the Fool here, clarifying the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. You're going to go for it. Whatever it is you're contemplating doing, you're coming out of the stress and anxiety over it. You are facing a brand new journey. You're ready to put a chapter behind you where it was a convoluted mess, where you were denying yourself your own authentic truth, your true path, Virgo. You saw it. It was right there. Fruition. But because there was resistance to it, things got all up and down. Yeah. And this is when we say we don't want to take a risk. We're going to guard our energy, but it's not true. Seven of Swords. This is guarding your energy, feeling defensive, basically holding on to old stuff, Virgo. You got to let it go. And I think that's what you're working on. I won't be surprised if we find the Four of Swords somewhere, because there's some deep healing and shifting going on. And the things that you, like old resentments, old grudges, and it's been like this, you've held so much in. It's time to let it all out. I mean, I got really into watching this show Younger, and I was like crying last night because it ended. I like missed the boat on this show, apparently. It's on Netflix. There's like 7 seasons. If you need to laugh hysterically and you need something light to watch. But in one of the scenes, Hilary Duff and this other character, I called her Legs because she's really tall. And they were just like the best of friends. They worked together. I love their bond, soul sisters, right? They had each other's backs the whole season. And they go into this wine room cellar. It was like a more modern one. It wasn't like down some creepy stairs or anything. And they screamed because it was a soundproof room. And I feel like you just need to let it out, Virgo. I feel like you just need to get it out. Get it out of your body. Shake the energy out. Shake it off. Get it out. Whether you need to start moving more, cleansing, doing detoxes of some sort. I'm getting that it's time to move the energy. Because there's been some stagnancy here. And maybe you need to scream. I mean, I think it's good healthy ways of getting it out. 2 of Cups at the bottom. Whew. All right. Let's see the near future here with the Ten of Wands, the Wheel, and the Lovers. There's some massive changes going on in a connection in your life. Oh, the Emperor, the Two of Cups. Virgo, you're going to make a power move. You're going to make a power move. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I see a power move, Virgo. I'm doing a happy dance because I feel like you're like, F it. Or someone you're dealing with is like, F it. I can't like run away from this, even if I wanted to. There's some sort of, and if you've been dealing with somebody and you're like, is all hope lost? Is this the end of an era? It's the end of the old, Virgo. It has to be. Everything just eclipsed the moon. Everything came out of you. Everything you've been hiding, whatever your authentic truth is, your unwillingness to really, it's almost like set yourself free, Virgo. Set yourself free, man. I mean, whether it's you people please and you worry too much about what people think and you're afraid to make these decisions for yourself, for your life, or it's like, do the thing that you're afraid to do. You might be surprised how it makes you feel empowered. That's the thing. I feel like you're going to take your power and you're going to communicate your truth, and it's going to move mountains, and it's going to inspire you to grow in ways you didn't think was possible. And it is around a connection, because we have the Lovers and the Two of Cups. The big wheel is turning. The wheel in the sky is turning. It's time to drop some sort of heavy burden, the accumulation of too much, because it's time to set yourself free. Oh, I feel like you're going to make a power move. This feels like a power move. There's some sort of power move happening here. Or if you don't feel like this applies to you, it's someone that you're dealing with. They're going to make a power move. This is definitely things moving forward, a mending, a forgiving, a standing in your power moment. Let's clarify. Coming out of despair, hurt, doing the work to drop this burden and really invest in something with all of you, Virgo. There's something that there was a resistance to, or someone is doing their best to come clean to you. Maybe they haven't been honest with you. Okay, take it as it resonates. I feel like I'm talking to a fair bit of cross-watchers today. And this is, you're dealing with a Virgo, all right? Or Virgo, you're dealing with someone with heavy Scorpio, Sag, Aries placements, Gemini, heavy Scorpio with the Tower and the Death and Rebirth. But also a lot of fire as well. There's a lot of fire here. But I think it's because it's this person brings out a lot. Where we go. We have two Queen of Wands. Interesting. The King of Cups. The Queen of Cups. Whoa. You two need to quit it. You two need to stop. This person is I feel like Virgo, I don't know what to tell you here. I mean, this is rare. This is a rare combination. I feel like it's time to speak from your heart, both of you. And if you manage to do that, it's like on fire. We're talking about, I mean, Queen of Wands is like mad passion, and it's here twice. With the Eight of Wands, with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. This is like two people on fire. Oh, Virgo. No wonder. Are you afraid to take the leap towards something that like is like going down like the chimney of like hotness? Oh my Lord. Virgo. Well, I don't know. I'm a carpe diem person. You're talking to someone who has no problem with risk. If I were you, Virgo, I wouldn't let this opportunity or this experience pass me by. I think you're worried that this person might leave you, so you're going to leave them before they have a chance to leave you. But you know what? That's called a missed opportunity based on the projections of fear. Whether you're doing this to someone or they're doing it to you. But I think there's some sort of identity crisis associated with this. Golly, I can't get over the pairing of this. There's a lot of divine feminine energy, like behind the scenes, like pushing this forward. It's like she's awakening. There's something about this eclipse, and it was the divine feminine awakening in her power with this lunar eclipse. And I feel like the shadow period, the death and rebirth with this moon, there's a tower, there's epiphany, there's a realization that you want to experience this, Virgo, with this person. And if you deny it, you will regret it the rest of your life. Because not having this person is really affecting you more than you're willing to admit. Again, or this person is, they're being affected by this more than you think. Okay? It's almost like when you put a lid on two people that are meant to come together in more ways than one, which I don't really even go in this direction a lot in readings, but this is like the suppression of desire and how it can make people act crazy. When all you got to do is when you speak from the heart, it'll all come out and you'll feel relieved. Okay. Let's get, I don't even know where to go with you all right now. You guys almost put me in a little bit of a tizzy here. Virgo. Passion. I just was like, am I being right here? Is this what I think it is? This is the unleashing of mad passion. And I think it's when you meet somebody or something shifts in a connection and you realize that you've never felt this way before. And you're like, oh my God, like, am I ready for this? Like, can I do this? Like, is this what because you know what it means. Once you go there, it's like, done. You get booed up. I feel like there was if I go there, I'm going to get booed up. And maybe I don't want to be booed up. Maybe I don't want to boo at all. And there's something around this denial. But then now there's been this buildup. It's almost like when you make a bad decision with this Page of Swords in reverse and you say, no, I'm not going to do it, not going to do it. It's like, come again. Really? Because it's creating so much fire resistance. It's almost like a buildup. There is a magnetism here. It is an energetic magnet. I think someone is going to make some sort of power move in April. Let's talk about this passion. It's like you're now in the eye of the hurricane. I know a little bit of what this means. And it's all dependent on whether you unleash this desire is if the communication is happening. If the two of you can really be honest with each other, you won't be going through these highs and lows. You will actually settle in the energy because you're going to put it all in your heart frequency. This is two people who are together. We're talking about like Kundalini togetherness here. Okay. I never talk about this, but Virgo, there's something powerful happening around passion for you. And this could be the resistance of that, maybe denying that in your life, making choices where you actually chose cold experiences. And then this could even be for some of you, you don't even know who this is yet, but you're realizing, I want passion. Why do I keep making decisions to deny myself passion? And you're coming to this powerful epiphany around your own guilt and shame, around your own sexuality, around your own desires, your own desire for pleasure. Okay, I finally got it out. That's at the root of this. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within the intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. I feel like once you open this door and the two of you really speak your truth, it's going to change everything. There's an enormous amount of movement forward. We have the Eight of Wands doubly here. This is like Cupid's arrows hitting two people who are denying themselves the pleasure of something they already, maybe it's like waiting forever to actually do something. And then you choke at the very end. And then you're like, shit, either you or somebody else did this. This was probably one of the most fascinating readings I've gotten in a while, Virgo. Oh man, I love tarot. And look at that. Ten of Swords. Something may have come to an end too. Someone may have just cut this off completely out of fear. And now we've got there's something speeding up here. We have the Knight of Swords, Ten of Swords, cutting the deck. I'm getting the advice here. Let's get the advice. Somebody wasn't listening to their intuition. And now there's communication coming in. High Priestess in reverse. The Star. OMG. Something happened in Aquarius season where someone wasn't telling the truth. They were denying themselves their internal truth. They got the signs. They knew. And they denied it. Oh my gosh. They went against what Spirit told them. But you know what it was? It was fear. Fear. False evidence appearing real. The fear was so real that this person completely shut down. You or someone else. But it was like there was healing that needed to happen in order to really receive the information they needed. And then what happened? It led to loss, like heartbreaking loss. Five of Cups, coming out of this period of, and I also think there's been a swirl of some sort of like sadness here. There could have been depression or a little bit of a dark night of the soul period. Either you or this person was going through. You need to be very careful, Virgo. Very careful about listening to your own inner guidance. This is a misuse of power. Magician in reverse is not good. Okay. This is denying yourself. They're saying it's not as, they said, Jenna, calm down. My guides are like, calm down, Jenna. This is the denying of magic in your life, saying it doesn't exist. It's not real. It's not for me. Nah, don't believe in it. I'm going to make safer choices because this is too much for me. Or someone else is doing this. And, you're denying. This is the denial, the river of denial around, no, that's not what I want. That's not what I wish for. And I'm calling bullshit. I'm not saying you're doing it. I'm saying that there's this situation. I think it's on both sides because you both created this. Okay. So you both got to take responsibility for it. This is when two people aren't being real, right? I'm here in the real world. It's time to get real, Virgo. There's a sweetness underneath all of this and a softness. But why am I getting two really stubborn people that are afraid to express their actual desires and to let go? There's a need to put that to a stop, Ten of Swords, and transform this energy and get out of all the stress and anxiety because the truth is here. You know the truth. This person knows the truth. I think this is a long time coming. I think there's a lot that's being cleared up and there's going to be a new beginning where things are going to come back into balance. I think, too, this is the choices that you need to make, Virgo, for your life. There's been some hesitancy. And, some of you are ending one thing in order to go towards something else, all right? And that might be what you're trying to realize here is that I've been staying too long in something that's actually really not good for me. And I'm also denying myself the opportunity to experience what I really want. Your truth this month is to let go of something, whether it's your own internal resistance or another situation, because what you really want is on the other side of that. All right. And I know I was a little harsh with you guys, but I'm telling you, you do not want to suppress what this is. Because this is yummy. Why would you deny yourself the opportunity for this sort of love and this sort of pleasure in your life and stay? This is also when you stay comfortable in a connection and you're miserable. And you're trying to get what you want from somebody and you're never going to get it. Because I'm seeing a lot of endings, the Ten of Swords, you've had enough in one situation. And I think that you're being called by Spirit to use your manifestation wisely and to start a new beginning and to speak your truth. Yeah, grace. Give yourself a lot of grace, and you're going to need a lot of energy for this. You've got a lot of energy. I'm telling you, there's fire. There's so much fire crackling. We're going to read both these, grace and energy. I'm feeling, too, there's this anxiety. There's this gem blinking in the forest here. And I feel like that's the life that's waiting for you, Virgo. And it's full of desire and passion and love and joy. And it's rooted, it's grounded, it's real. 17. We have fire, spirit, energy. Vitality, life force energy, and passion are expanding in your life. If you start to feel drained by the expectations of others, don't hold back. Ignite your inner fire. Speak your truth. Let the light of the Creator surge through you. Talk about Queen of Wands. It's here twice. I feel like you're gonna I think you're activating a dormant fire in the month of April. And I think it's going to be life-changing. Wise woman of the grove, Grace. 49. Whew. Gosh, I'm going to need to ground after this one, y'all. You sent me on a roller coaster. The spirit of the wise woman of the grove says you can relax and let go. Your path is guided, Virgo. It's time to relax and let go. And that's how I started this energy out. Spiritual nobility is growing within you. The spirit of grace is softly unfolding in your life. Kindly honor the truth of others, even if you don't agree or if you know better. The Creator knows the truth. Grace can mean having enough inner nobility that even if you know your opinion is absolutely right, you don't push the point. I feel like you've been learning how to have more grace. And it's time for the wisdom, the healing, the joy, and the inspiration to come in. I feel like you're actually birthing a whole new life. Whole new life. But you have to shed the old way, the old you, which was It was uncomfortable, but it was through the discomfort of extremes and highs and lows and pushing to get your needs met and not recognizing your value and your worth. And now you have something coming towards you. Some of you know who I'm talking about. Some of you haven't even met this energy yet, but it's what you've been trying to manifest. But if you stay where you are, you're denying yourself your manifestations and you are not listening to your intuition. You have been getting the signs to leave something for a long time, Virgo. And I saw it all last year. And the longer you hold on to that and say, I don't have a choice, well, you're missing out. You're missing out on the things that are actually meant for you when you stay too long somewhere. And then it starts to affect your health, your mental health, your spiritual health, and your physical health. And that's when you have to save yourself. So that's how bad it can get. And trust me, I have been in this position before where I was so attached to someone, I had a hard time letting go. This was a long time ago in my life. And it sent me through the ringer. But then you build yourself back up again. And Virgo, I think you're going to build yourself back up again much faster than you think once you cut this loose. Okay? You know, the moon told you so. Okay? Let's get a keeper of the light for you. I love these mid-monthlies and monthlies because I can go as long as I want. I'm here. I don't make you pay for anything extra. I'm here to support your journey. I'm here to light a fire under your ass. Spirit is doing the same thing for you. All I'm doing is channeling them. I'm channeling my guides. I'm channeling your guides. I'm channeling Spirit, the divine director. You're being rerouted on a timeline that you've wanted your dream life to be. But you got to tell Spirit you can do it. You got to take the risk. You got to take the leap. The life that's waiting for you is there, but you got to take a leap. Intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Yes. Yes. You're going to be doing a victory lap in April. I'm going to see it. I promise you, in April, I'm going to see Virgo Nation. Your energy is going to be different because you're not going to be putting up with this anymore. You deserve more. I don't know where you got the download that you didn't. But you are free to be who you please in this life. And it's time to accept these changes with openness, release the guilt and shame, and trust in the legacy of your genetic blueprint, your soul blueprint. You have something so freaking, like, we're talking like the truest love you could possibly imagine. Why would you not choose that? Okay. Divine intervention is taking place at this time. What is occurring in your life is providing a real learning curve for your soul. You're becoming aware of a sense of purpose in your life. It gives you a sense of joy. It's something that brings you pleasure rather than something you have to work for. Know that your career can complement your purpose but not define it. But the path you're on at this time is right, and the universe is encouraging you to move forwards. Right now, your angels are reminding you that your divine purpose on earth is to remember love and do what makes you happy. That's the ultimate energy they're trying to convey to you. Are you doing what makes you happy, Virgo? Because that's what you must do in your life. Not what other people think of you, want of you, should of you. It's what makes you happy. And it's almost going to be like a light bulb. I feel like this energy already came in through the eclipse, and this light bulb's going to go off, and you're going to know exactly what you're going to be doing. There's some sort of heavy burden lifting. You've been resilient, all right? It's time to drop some sort of heavy burden, and it's time to get off some sort of roller coaster of extremes. It's like everything's coming to a head because of this eclipse, during this eclipse season. By mid-April, by Venus going direct, it's going to be a new life for you. The one that you've been trying to manifest all along, okay? I believe in you, Virgo. All right. Namaste.